find yourself in one, and then
this comes out.
You're making a song that turns out to be one of Kwaito's vanguard hits.
Right, and it's an evergreen, and everybody listens to it, whether badagiwe thaveni, whether you and they listen to the song. Istokfel Ama Society. This is track.
One of the tracks, yes. Happily, you know what's crazy is that I have a few of those. You know, like Tatis Kupu, definitely.
Yeah.
Family gatherings, weddings.
Yeah.
Any, you know, after tears, something, it's going to be there, you know. So it's been an amazing few years. How long has it been now? Like almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years,
yeah.
yes.
Almost 30 years in the music business. About 26 or 27.
The voice that you're listening to right now is Thandiswa Mazwai, but she needs no introduction whatsoever.
It is I.
The king herself. The king herself. So, you know, you get into the studio, you record this song, it becomes a smash hit. But you're still studying, though. This music was not the plan.
No, music was not the plan. It wasn't the kind of overt plan. I think that somewhere inside of me, growing up, I always knew that this is what I wanted to do, you know. But I guess, you know, I always say this, like I didn't realize that that our dreams were possible.
Yeah.
You know? And actually, I thought people like Whitney Houston and Brenda Fassie were superheroes. I was like, oh, yeah. They're doing this because they're really, really special.
Yeah.
And I can never be that special.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really paying attention to it. So I wasn't those kids that like went to competitions and then I wanted to be famous and I wanted people to see me. I actually was always shy and didn't always want to be seen. So this happened to me very much by chance. But I think you're calling on things your whole life. Your whole life you're calling on certain destinies. And I've been writing my whole life. I've been singing my whole life.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that I was gonna that it was almost like a calling. I didn't know that that's what it was.
Definitely.
I knew that I loved it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that I had enough talent to do it.
That's insane because you know, when you talk about Thandiswa Mazwai, I mean, you're right up there with the best of the best. We can name all Brenda Fassie, we can name all Lebu Matosa, and you speak about this magic that you thought that they had and you didn't have.
And I think, you know what, a lot of it has to do with their generosity at the time. Because when I met Brenda Fassie, she said to me, and then she walked away. But it's just to hear Brenda Fassie say that she thinks you can sing.
Yeah.
You know, or people, or that Brahu Masikela was so generous with his time, with his friendship, with his guidance and his mentorship with me, that Mamsbongile Kumalo was generous, that Umambusi Mhlongo was generous, you know. So I think I'm learning as I accept the fact of my maturity.
Yes.
That I am now having to do the same for the younger generation, the children coming up. It is taking quite some mental work to accept the fact of my maturity.
And the beautiful thing is that there were a lot of these legends that kind of opened up their arms and said, come, Danami, come. You mentioned them, Hugh Masigela, Mam Miriam Mageba, Mam Sbongile Kumalo, and I think the most...
And we became like tight friends, even though they were like 60, 50 years older than me.
Yeah. Would you ever maybe pen down some of the conversations that you had with them? Because I'm sure there was a lot of wisdom that was exchanged.
You know what's strange? You know what's strange? Because I try to sit and go, okay, can I really pin down, like, what is the wisdom that I find, let's say, with someone from like Hugh Masikela, who I spent a lot of time with. We toured together, we hung out together, we drank wine together. We had our 3 favorite W's: weed, women, and wine. That was what's up. And so it was like I had all this time with him, but and as much as we spoke about music, they were really imparting a way of being to me, more than it was a way of being a musician. It was a way of being human, you know, like standing at Brahu's home after he passed away. Well, it was at his sister's home. I realized that that was really the lesson that I picked up from knowing Brahu, is that you have to love selflessly, give selflessly. That's what this whole thing is about, you know, that love is at the center of all of this, you know.
Love is at the center of all of this.
Of
like
everything we're doing,
that.
you know, and if you can't center that, you're really missing out,
Yeah.
you know. So, yeah, those are the lessons. That's what I learned from Mambu Simhlongwa. She wasn't always talking about music. She was talking about pain, about joys. We were laughing. We were telling jokes. You know, sometimes it was dirty jokes. We did very naughty things that we can't mention on the radio. Like, that was life. It was like fun, playful, with these grown-ups who didn't take themselves too seriously, I think, also. These legends that did not take themselves seriously.
You were privileged to see that other side,
Yeah.
because when we saw them, they were the legends and they behaved in a certain way. But behind closed doors, I'm sure they let their hair down and they were able to be comfortable and personable with you.
Yeah. I mean, there is a way in which fame kind of puts you in this kind of robotic state, you know exactly what to say, when, what, how, you know what to wear, you know what to do, you know that this I mustn't do here, this I mustn't do there, and you're acutely aware of it. You get trained in, you know, in that language of like of not showing your full self. Because you know that it's like extremely dangerous for people to be so, like, kind of to have such access. I mean, nobody has that kind of access to their lives.
True.
But somehow when you have fame at you, people have lots of access. You know, I walk in the streets and people say to me, "Kunjani? Malaika, sekaqedile you at Cape Town." And I'm like, "Oh snap, I spoke about that on the radio."
And now they know.
And now they know. So when they see me, they're like, "How? Congratulations!" And I'm like, "Okay, but it's like, you know, I know there's this character that I always do.
Yes, I do that as well. High pitch.
Oh, like, "Hi, mngani, kunjani?"
Alrighty.
And that character is the one who always meets me in the street.
You requested Ntate Humasigela's song called Adade.
Oh, I did?
Yes, you did.
Oh, can you show me the spelling of that? So I don't want us to embarrass ourselves.
Dade. Is it
from an album called Humasigela Introduces Hedzole Sounds?
I think so.
That would be one of my favorite Humasigela albums, yes.
Right.
If that's the song.
I think that's the song. Let's play it and then you'll tell me whether that's the song
I'll
or not.
tell you. You should show me this list because I think somebody else may have sneaked in.
When your car's stuck on the side of the road, every minute counts. If you're not insured, you might spend hours phoning for help. But if you're insured with MyWay, you get 24/7 roadside assistance to get you to your loved ones on time.
Protect the moments that really matter to you. Get a quote with MyWay and automatically go into a weekly draw to win your share of 1 million rand in fuel vouchers. Visit myway.co.za and live your way. MyWay is a licensed non-life insurance FSP. T's and C's apply.
You're always a winner with My MTN Home Uncapped deals. Work, play, study and stream endlessly on SA's best network with the widest coverage. Get the plan that works for you from just $3.99 a month. You'll also get a Wi-Fi router free. Visit an MTN store near you today, because everyone needs a win. Plus, win your share of 200 million rand in prizes every day for 100 days. To start winning, download the MTN app and go to My MTN Gifts now. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Just won't suffice no more. My imagination is filled and my cup runneth over. You feel the shame for me. Yeah. The way I feel for you, I'll rush over. There's no need, no, to be alone. My want for you is a rushing over. Patiently I wait for an invitation. I often try to imagine, picture you. For you're no more than a voice on my telephone that I find myself rushing home to. Your voice makes me want to do things I'm much too shy to say. You leave me to question. If you feel the same for me, yeah. The way I feel for you, I'll rush over. Tell me. There's no reason to be alone. No, my want for you is a rushing over. But won't you play for me? Come on.
we've got cameras in the studio because I want you to see Thandiswa Mazwai.
Because somebody sabotaged me with this list. Who put this list together?
Marcus Miller featuring Michelle Ndengechelo, and the song is called Rush Over. There were feelings there for sure when you were listening to the song. You even tearing up.
Tearing up? No, I'm laughing.
Oh, you're laughing. Okay.
I tear up when I laugh. Tearing up. I'm not tearing up. I'm laughing because I'm like, I don't remember putting this list together, and I'm wondering who put this list together.
Yeah.
But whoever it is knows me really well, so I'm like, okay, what's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was lovely to hear that Michelle Ndengechelo track. I've known Michelle for a very long time. We're dear friends. And she's on my upcoming album, actually. She produced 3 tracks. And I asked her, I said to her, so can you just... that talking thing of yours.
Yes, because she does that so
well.
And
she said, anything's
does
good.
That so well.
So you never know. Maybe on my album, you'll hear Michelle going, hey, baby.
But you've worked with her before, right?
I have. I've worked with her
album.
many times.
Yeah.
On her album called The World Has Made Me the Man of My Dreams.
Come on.
That's the name of the
Come on.
She also used to have this band called A Different Girl Every Night.
What?
So on the poster it would say Michelle Ndengechelo with a different girl every night.
I love it.
So
I love it.
Yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite musicians in the world. Yeah.
I can't wait for that song that she produced on your album.
Yeah. Working very hard.
Speaking of the album, you were actually supposed to drop it this year, but then you moved it and you said...
Yeah, and you know what?
Feb.
I said to myself, I said what?
You said about Feb.
Yes, now I said Feb.
It was supposed to come out in September.
It was supposed to come out in I thought I would be done by September. I was like pushing myself. And I said, maybe if I tell people it's September, I'll finish.
Yeah.
And alas, the old procrastination
Take your time.
has kicked in.
Your albums are like Sade's albums. We can wait. No,
thank you so much. Like, honestly, thank you for that because, I think sometimes people think that, and maybe some artists make it look that way. They make it look like it's really easy. Every year you make an album, you do it again, you're out there, you're doing press. The amount of press I've been doing is insane. I can't handle the amount of press I've been doing. So it takes time for me to get to the work.
Yeah.
And also there's life. Life is happening in the meantime,
Hey.
And I really don't want every song in my album to be about trauma and how sad I am because life is happening. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just want to let the sad period pass and then when something exciting or happy or joyful happens, and I think, oh, let me go write about that. Otherwise, really, there'll be a lot of like up-tempo songs with very sad lyrics.
Ooh.
Guys.
And it's fun jive.
I don't believe people must suffer like this
all the time. No, there'll be a time and a place for that.
To listen to me gushing all this time.
We will listen to you cry on a record. That's how good you are. You can just weep.
I think I've done that on a song called Funk Africa, which is about how the chorus says La Failihle, which is about our country and just the trouble that we're in and this kind of dystopic situation we find ourselves in. But towards the end, there's some wailing in the background if you listen.
086 000 2479 086 000 2479. We're opening up the lines. Thandiswa Mazwai is here and I'm enjoying this conversation. I really am. I thought she would be intimidating. I thought I'd be scared because I really was. I was like,
are you not afraid?
I'm not afraid.
Are you not afraid?
I'm so happy. It feels like I'm hanging out with a girlfriend and we haven't seen each other in a long time and now we're catching up.
Exactly.
Even though I'm meeting you for the very first time.
This is the
today.
great thing about being a radio presenter.
Right?
I arrive here and I'm like, friend.
How are you?
And you're like, friend. And that's it.
Let's talk about your fashion. Right.
My fashion.
Because you are a fashion pioneer. I remember for my matric dance, I wanted to wear a similar outfit to yours.
Which one?
Literally, there's one where you were wearing, I think, his xhosa. You were wearing his xhosa. And I took that picture to the tailor.
When was your matric dance?
It was in 2002.
2002.
2002. You had the dreadlocks. It was
Mrs. Xhosa got
yes,
light
yes,
blue.
Yes, yes.
Like a
a
boob tube
situation
with hanging beads and a long skirt.
And a long
yeah.
skirt. Sorry.
That was actually my first umbhaco wamoqala. It was the first umbhaco I ever owned, and I wore that to my first summer awards with Bongo Muffin, and we won our first summer.
Yep.
So I still have that outfit.
You do?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I've kept everything.
But what are you going to do with those pieces?
Well, I've been kind of toying with the idea of doing like a really big exhibition that looks at like fashion, hair, politics, photography, whatever, music, collaborations. Just because I think the past 26 years have really been like a whirlwind, and when it's when I put it all together, to me it's quite fascinating that all of this stuff happened. Like somebody the other day posted that video of me with Dr. Nelson Mandela and Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, that
Iconic.
happened.
It happened.
That happened.
what was that moment like? What did Michael Jackson eat? What did he say? What did he smell like?
Well, I'll tell you this. It was a long table. We were invited to a private lunch. So there were about 12 people, maybe 15 people. And Bongo Muffin was invited, and so was Michael Jackson. So we were kind of like the celebrity invite that the kids were asked, Nifuna bani? And then they were like, Sifunu Michael Jackson. Sifunu Bongo Muffin.
Yeah.
So, we were there by that kind of chance. Also because at the time Speedy had a really close relationship with Mamzinzi Mandela and her kids.
Yes.
So, that kind of came together. So when we arrived, we were shown to the table, and at the head of the table was Dada. To his left on the table was me. To my left was Michael Jackson.
Are you kidding me?
So this is how lunch was for me. I was flipping my head from left to right the whole time.
And you were looking at Dada.
Looking at Michael, looking at Dada. And just kind of one of the more fascinating days of my life.
Dude.
I think Mam D was there. I don't know if it was on the same day, but I think Mam D may have been there as well.
And then there's another iconic photo of you with Lebo Mathosa at the back of a limousine. It looked like you guys were coming from Igroove.
It was my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
And it was the same day that the Channel O Awards, they had their first awards. And I hired a limousine because I knew that we were going to go to the awards, and then we were going to go club hopping because now it's my 30th birthday. Was it my 30th? Yeah, it was my 30th. And so that was that. It was myself, Bonnie Mbuli, who's also my best friend. Lebo Mathosa was there. Nogwazi was there.
Yeah.
Nogwazi Lamini, famous singer who does dance music. Philippe was there. So it's kind of like a bunch of like young kids at the time who turned out to be quite iconic, thankfully.
Oh man, let's go for a quick short ad break, and I want to touch on your relationship with Lebo Mathosa. And
anytime,
because it's an unlikely pairing. I mean, when you look at her, she's got blonde hair, skimpy clothes, and at the time you were wearing very
yes.
So you're just like, how did these girls meet, and what is the connection? I want to find out.
You want to get into that?
Okay, after this.
Get the widest cover for your car with comprehensive insurance from MyWay and automatically go into a draw to win your share of 1 million rand in fuel vouchers. Call MyWay on 0860 64 64 64 and live your way. MyWay is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. TCs and standard rates apply.
To the class of 2022. The last number of years have been a challenge in your quest to get an education. And having powered through the COVID restrictions during your high school senior years, you are on the final lap. Your drive has gotten you this far and will take you past the finish line. Although challenges never cease, it is your determination that will ensure you achieve great things. Radio 2000 extends its well wishes, and we trust that you will do your best for this final part of your journey. Good luck to the matriculants of 2022. Radio 2000. Our music, your memories.
King King Ta is in the building and she's looking oh so fly. Please go to our Instagram page, go to YouTube, go to Facebook and see this awesomeness and this flyness. Let's take a listen to your voice notes.
To say, zanomculo.
Zanomculo.
Dimowo.
That's it.
Dimowo.
Now we know.
If you don't say it, the music will never come.
Let's listen to some voice notes.
Sisi, you are sitting there in
the
that's
studio
That's your sister.
with one of my soul friends. Ever since I've met Ntombi, it's been an adventure. What a beautiful human being.
Oh, she's talking about you.
Yeah.
My
you guys know each
sister
other.
Yes, we do.
My sisters are everything to me. I appreciate them because they are always there for me. And
yeah,
as you interview my sister,
yeah.
Ntombi, babe.
What is this?
Ungasabi, babe. And then have fun because you are with such a fun person. Radio 2000, what's up?
That's my girl.
Better together.
Nomi superstar.
Yo, good morning. Ntombi. Wafisha matsatsi ene. Go the legend of the legend.
Okay.
But today you outdid yourself. I know you've been wanting this particular king on the show for the longest time.
You know, yeah.
All hail to the king. I hope you're doing good.
Thank you.
I would love to ask this particular question. I just wonder what was going through your mind. Zawalaza. Zawalaza le.
I knew it. That's the question. That's always the question.
There's just some magic that you do, man. It's not just a song. But I'm sure when you can give us some insight.
Okay.
Lovely show. Legendary one. This is your boy Terence, aka Mr. Malapahalekade from Rustenburg.
All right.
Morning, Sis Ntombi. Morning to viewers. Morning, Kusisi Thandiswa Mazwai, also studio today. Uthetha noNobesuthu e-East London. Mna ndifuna ukutsho nje kuThandiswa uba siyawuthanda kakhulu umculo wakhe. Ndifuna ukuva uba unqabile and yeyiphi ngoku le mbiza ayiphekayo. Lindele ntoni kuye? I think kudala sigqibele ufumana into entsha from yena. We are looking forward basiphinde siphinde
makuphakwe ngoku.
Areda amabhodo kuvuthiwe. Kuvuthiwe
sana ndisadibanisa izipayisi. Ndisanqunqa itumata neonyos. Yo. And it's so sad ke ngokuba abantu balambile and umama lapho usebusy. You know when they start singing to you but uyavimba umama lapho. Hayi tata lapho wenza ngabomu uyawazi umntana. That's when they're hungry.
They're very hungry.
That's when they're hungry.
We've got calls, Sissy. We've got uLuthando on the line. Hey Luthando.
Good day, Sis Ntombi. First well wethu.
Unjani?
Ngiyaphila Sis Ntombi. Thank you for bringing Sis Thandiswa Mazwai. You know, on these social platforms, Oprah, Oskido, Pandi, can you please ask Sis Thandiswa Mazwai and then S2 to put his cover just one song, please?
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm saying to her straight, hopefully she'll make something special now that she pushed the date to next year. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Enkosi zininzi ndixelele ezi requests
zabosijaba
nabo uthe omnye athi mandifeaturishe umsaki andimthandi umsaki andimfuni guys umsaki. I'm kidding. Umsaki is my favorite girl. She's my favorite girl. But every time people talk to me about Umsaki, I go, I can't ndiyeka ngomsaki. Andimthandi tu umsaki andimphwanga.
Jeremiah, you're live on Radio 2000. I've got King Ta. Jeremiah is finished.
Hello.
Hi.
Songs that you love will be in the set tomorrow.
And where can people get the tickets?
The tickets are at Ticket Pro and they start at 250.
Oh, that's affordable.
But there's also, they go up to VIP. I don't know how much the VIP costs, but for the people, for us, Tina Bantu,
Yes.
250.
Oh,
We'll
my
get you in
goodness.
tomorrow. So wear your raincoat, wear your boots, bring your jackets,
'Cause goes
and
on,
then
and
let's
it's
just have a
gonna
good
be
time.
raining.
Yeah.
It's going to be raining.
But we can't let the rain stop us
Of
because this
course.
is our summer season.
Ah.
Before we know it, it'll be winter again.
Lalela,
Let's just do it.
COVID stole so
Nangu no
much from
COVID,
us.
kuthiwa uyabuya something. I saw something on the interwebs, and I said no. I said I rebuke.
We block.
We block.
We block. Thandiswa, thank you so much.
Thank
Sissy.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for
I
having
could
me.
go on and on and on with you, but I mean, time is not on our side.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sissy. Thank you so much. That's Thandiswa Mazwai. We're going to make this interview available on our website, www.radio2000.co.za. It's 11 o'clock. Let's find out what's happening around the world. News time.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Top stories. Eastern Cape Police investigate a house fire that killed 5 and water in Johannesburg to be shut down for 30 hours. Good afternoon, I'm Rosanne Greef. Police in the Eastern Cape are investigating the cause of a house fire that killed 5 family members